Well, speaking of New York, let's go ahead and switch gears. Everybody's talking about it. I only seen one episode out of the 4 series, When They See Us.
Yeah.
And actually, I really wanted to talk to this about you because you were actually living in New York.
Yeah.
When this happened.
Yeah, man, and it's crazy because Central Park, where it happened, as kids, when we were real young, like elementary school age, and we used to live right across the street from Central Park, and it's such a big park, it goes on for miles and miles. But my dad used to always tell us, don't go over there. But he would go to work, and we'd be home alone for a while, and we'd be like, you know what, it's a park. As kids, you don't think about it, but it was so dangerous. And we was like all over the place in that park. I mean, I'm talking blocks and blocks, like going from one side of Greensboro to the other side of Greensboro. You know what I mean? That's how far we was traveling in that park. You know what I mean? Because it goes on for, I think, let's see, probably a good 50 blocks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because to see me being from where I'm at, in Trinity and Archdale. We have Creekside. Yeah. So, the park for us, it's, for our area, it's a pretty nice sized park. Yeah. But yeah, I couldn't, especially you being a kid, I couldn't even fathom. Yeah. This park just goes on for, it's bigger than some about bigger than some towns and cities. Right. And you playing it, and playing it.
We used to sneak over there every chance we got, and luckily, God was watching over us, man. They always say God watches over fools and babies, and us being little babies thinking we could just go have fun. We was over there all the time, and we got caught a couple times, and we got towed up for it, but it was just so fun. You know what I mean? We just won. You couldn't just sit right across the street and see all this grass, and because in New York you don't really have a lot of grass. You just have blocks and blocks of cement. That's why they call it the concrete jungle. So when you see that, it's like, it wasn't really like no slides or anything like that. No monkey bars or none of that. It was just miles of grass where we was at. So we just wanted to go over there because it was grass. We just wanted to be in the grass. We will be in that field. So, I really hate that happened to those brothers, in the Central Park 5 because that could have happened to anybody, you know what I mean? And they
still can happen to anybody. Yeah, that's what's crazy.
Now I didn't see the show yet. When They See Us, so I'm gonna watch it, but we'll probably talk more about it next week because I definitely want to go over it because I've been hearing everybody talk about how good it is and how it really put things into perspective and all of that good stuff.
I tell you what, seeing I only seen, like I said, the first episode. Yeah. I'm just gonna say this here. I hope that the NYPD, I don't wish nothing bad on you. With the officers and stuff. I hope y'all do your job, do whatever you need to do. But after seeing that documentary, I damn sure don't wish nothing good on you. I don't.
It's really bad because you would think that there wasn't really a lot of racism going on up north, but it really was. I experienced it firsthand. I really did. It was several times growing up when I experienced it. You know what I mean? I remember one time me and my brother, we were kids, and we were standing outside in front of our building, the one that's right across from Central Park, and a van pulled up right in front of us. And we was only two sitting out there. They could have snatched us up if they wanted to, but the dude yelled out. He threw out some money. You know what I mean? He threw out some coins out on the street where we was at. And somebody said, "Go fetch it, boy. Go fetch it." And you know what I mean? I didn't think nothing of it because we was kids, so we didn't really know that he was trying to.
Well, that's the thing. Me being from the South. It's just and then what Trump was saying. It really disturbed me as far as when they were saying he put out he took, and in the time in the 80s, $85,000 ad, talking about lynch mob and you know what I'm saying, out there lynching the kids.
Reckless, man.
Yeah, man, over, and they didn't even do it. I mean, it'd be one. I mean, now it's sad that the woman got beat half to death. That's a tragedy,
definitely
in itself.
I hate that happened.
But it's just like this really overshadowed that because it's like these guys, like after '89, she went on about her life and stuff. These kids were men now. They can't even get those years now.
They lost so much of their life, man. Just being behind bars, man. And I'm glad that eventually they were let out, but still, you know, they lose that chunk of time. You know what I mean? You can't get that back.
And then too, some of the prosecutors on that case and stuff. What's her name, Linda, whatever it is.
Yeah,
but they was still like, oh, it was them. They still did it, but like there's proof.
You got proof, and you still want to deny it. Acting like y'all just did whatever, you know, every cop should have done. And, you know what I mean? Come on, man. Y'all need to cut that out, man. I mean, they really been trying to go hard about, they think that the movie is inaccurate and everything is wrong and blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry. You sound foolish in 2019 to still be complaining about that.
Yeah. And that's the thing, too. You know, it's just, what's sad about it is, you know, like you said, it happened up north, but you know, like I said, the North are more racist than the South could ever dream about. One thing about the South, at least when at least the white man don't like you here, they'll tell you they don't like you.
Yeah.
And I'd rather you be upfront and honest with me, because I know what to do with that. Like,
right.
Okay, all right, that's cool. You don't like me? That's cool.
Right.
I can go by my way, you can go by yours. But see, up there, they kind of sneaky with it. They like, you know, kind of like with the whole good cop, bad cop thing, you know, they try to make you like, oh, well, we your friends, we'll do this. And then they'll still stab you in the back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
Come on,
man, it's crazy, man. So I'm just, you know, I'm glad that they got to tell the story so that people who didn't know the whole story could get it. Because, you know, since it happened when I was so young, I really didn't know the whole story. So, you know, this is helping out, even though I was right there in New York.
So when this happened in '89, I was 6.
Mm-hmm. In '89, when this happened, I had moved up to the Bronx. Where this happened, Central Park is in Manhattan.
Yeah.
And so by that time, I had moved up to the Bronx, and we were staying up that way. So it's kind of like going from Greensboro to High Point. You know? It's still all New York City, but the boroughs are so big. You know, they're almost like little cities. You know what I mean? So I knew about the case. You know what I mean? But I never really studied to find out what actually happened. You know what I mean? So
I didn't know about the case until probably 1994.
Okay.
I remember when I was a kid, I think they did something on 2020, and they were talking about the interrogation tactics and how that they actually. Because I remember one of the kids saying, like, you know, when they had the interrogation thing, like, it was Steve. It was, you know, I remember one of them particularly saying that.
Yeah.
But it was just like they make them fabricate up the story so it could fit them. It's like, man, that's just,
when you gotta force somebody to do something like that, man, that's just so ridiculous and unethical, man. It's like, why would you even feel the need to do that?
And another thing that's sad about that is this was around the time, because I remember when they talked on Vlad, they were saying that, you know, your police officer was somebody that you went to.
Right.
You know, and that's what I was taught when I was, you know, you go to, you know, if you need help, you can go to the officer. But it's like now, it's like, shit, you can't do that. It's like you as a person of color, you know, black, Hispanic, if you know what I'm saying, you have to say like, hey, don't talk to police.
Right.
Don't say nothing to the police. Like that's a horrible thing. You know what I'm saying? That's like you not saying something to like EMS or some shit.
Right.
Like you get shot in the head. You get shot. And you like, so where you got shot at? And like the EMS is interrogating, you ain't saying shit. You know what I'm saying?
You stand there bleeding.
You standing there leaking out.
Right.
Don't say nothing.
Right.
You just leak out.
Right. It's crazy, man. But yeah, man. So that's something I recommend everybody go see. You know, it's on Netflix.
Yeah. Right? No matter who you are, I think you should see. And there's some people, you know, they got this called, you know, everybody traumatized and stuff. They don't want to, you know, it's a little negative. But you should see it just because this still is a problem.
Right.
The director that did this, she did a good job with it, and you know what I'm saying, the kids, the people that played the kids, they did a really good job.
That's what's
you
up,
know,
man.
so,
that's what's up.
But yeah, it's really something. Cause like hell, I could leave right now, me and you know, and we could be mistaken for somebody just because we this. Right. And then, you know what I'm saying, the Triad Hip Hop Podcast be over.
Right.
So, yep. Y'all better help a motherfucker out. We'll get
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. Something. So, yeah, what's our next topic, man? We got to throw a couple more topics in there. Maybe we have something else?
I can't think of anything.
Oh, I know what it was.
Oh, the Nas thing. Yeah, we need to talk about that.
So, any of y'all, you know, who know, you know, Nas, a.k.a. Nasty Nas, he just dropped a post on Instagram showing that he's about to drop a new album. He's going to drop The Lost Tapes Part 2. So let's clap that up.
Oh, wait.
Oh, my bad. We got to clap that up anyway, man. But any of y'all, hey, if y'all don't know, The Lost Tapes, that was a dope album, you know what I mean? And so now he's about to drop The Lost Tapes 2. So I like how basically what he did, you know what I mean? You know, you see him holding an old cassette tape, and it says Nas, The Lost Tapes Part 2. But the cassette tape looks like it's damaged, like he just found it, you know, something that was actually lost or whatever. So I think it's a great promo, you know, because it's really befitting of the title of the album. So, you know, I can't wait to hear it because, you know, he's the type of person, he records a lot of stuff that doesn't get released or it gets overlooked and put on the back shelf or something and things like that. So he got a lot of gems, you know what I mean? There's a lot of them that I've heard, some that, you know what I mean, never made it to albums. I've heard songs from him that never made it to albums, and it was like, why wasn't that on nobody's album? So I'm sure he's going to put some of that stuff on there. So let's clap it up again for Nasty Nas. Lost Tapes 2.
Yeah, Nas, we definitely in a promotion, man. We gonna definitely get you a street name after you.
Right.
If I gotta go down on my street and just spray paint that shit.
Right.
It's Nasir Jones Way.
Right.
I thought this was son. This is Nasir Jones Way.
Yeah, we'll call it the nigga street. They want
probably with the value like immediately.
Right. He did the nigga album. They was like, nah, you can't do that, son. So he called it the N album. So, but yeah, man. So, you know, definitely much respect to Nas because I love everything that he does, man. And you know, he's another one that, you know, he doesn't let people pressure him into always just releasing something just because everybody wants something. He knows how to make you wait a little bit, you know what I mean? So I like that about him.
He really mastered that craft. That's one thing I could put over Nas. You know, put Nas over Jay-Z with. Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking Jay-Z, but Jay-Z was kind of like just bam, 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 like hit you with product. And like, I mean, that's one thing that Nas was talking about, you know, back in the day. It's like, you know, that's why I waited a couple of years. You know, sometimes you gotta let shit breathe a little bit.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? Breathe. Yeah. Nothing wrong against what Jay was doing, because I mean, evidently his shit worked. Right. You know what I mean? Right. But at the same time, like Nas was just like on a different approach.
Yeah.
And you know, everybody can't be just like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta enjoy life, and sometimes that by you enjoying the life, and sometimes, you know, you being absorbed in the life, that kind of gives you into the inspiration.
Yeah.
And then you can make something, you know, great, and something that will stand the pass of time. Like Illmatic, it stands the test of time. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you ain't gonna never.
No.
I mean, even the Stillmatic album was dope, and I think it got slept on, but you'll never be able to get another Illmatic. You know what I mean? No matter what. I think there's another rapper out there. I think they call themselves Trillmatic. They got.
They said that because they did that in the. It was like a documentary.
Did they?
Yeah, they said somewhere they got that from.
Okay, I figured so because I was like, there's no way you thought of that without outside of Nas's influence. You know what I mean? So definitely, man. So big shout out to Nas. You know what I mean? I'm definitely gonna be looking for that. Lost tapes, we're gonna get that, and shout out to all the good music that's been coming out lately, man. Yep. I heard Kanye trying to drop something pretty soon.
Drake was gonna drop something,
for the game. Yeah. We're gonna see what happened with that. I don't know, man, because I'm sure y'all been keeping up with the game.
I ain't really been, but it's like, man, when back in the day, like. NBA, it's like that whole thing now is like weird. It's like the NBA, right. People now trying to be rappers.
Right.
And then like you got Drake trying to be like an NBA player.
Right.
Not necessarily trying, but he part of the team.
Right.
Like, nah, son, you just a fan.
You're a fan. You know what I mean? Admit you just a fan, bro. But it is what it is.
It is what it is, bro.
But he's still doing his thing, so But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? We appreciate y'all again for checking us out. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Okay? One more time. Like, share, subscribe. One more time. Like, share, subscribe. Hit all them buttons, you know what I mean? So help us grow the channel. You know what I mean? We need y'all help. We know we're doing as best we can. So help us grow the channel. If y'all have any advice for us, feel free to leave it in the comments. We appreciate y'all for checking us out every week. Triad Hip Hop Podcast.
Shout out to everybody that watch the show, man. We gotta stop calling.
We appreciate y'all, man. Yo, so for Triad Hip Hop Podcast, I guess we'll go ahead and sign it off. This your man Kurt, and we will see you next time. And this is
How We in the Place to Be.
Yeah.
Peace.
Sign it off for next time.